Credo Reference is an entirely customizable online reference service covering more than 550 full-text reference titles from all subject areas and over 3.3 million full-text entries. You can customize the database with your logo in the upper right part of the screen and custom menu links going to different areas of the website. I'm going to do a search for global warming. As you see here, we now have 964 results for global warming in all subjects. You can now narrow your results by subject area, entry type, media, and people. At Credo Reference, we developed a couple of different integration technologies where you can now seamlessly launch searches directly from Credo Reference into your library catalog and any other database that the library subscribes to. You can program as many databases as you'd like, whichever order you'd like them to appear in. I'm now going to relaunch the search, in this case, in the library catalog for, in this example, the University of Texas trial. So as you see here, we've now relaunched the search for global warming in the University of Texas catalog. It'll offer the same functionality with any other database. I'm going to go to our first reference entry here, which is Science in the Contemporary World. It's an ABC Clio title, and you can see that we give you a preview of how many words and a little bit about the content in Credo. So now we are on entry, and once you're on the entry with Credo, you can email the entry, print, save, and bookmark and share. All of the entries in Credo Reference are citable in the APA, Chicago, Harvard, and MLA formats. You can save the citation to any citation management tool, or you can use File, Clipboard, or Email. If you have a link resolver, such as Article Link or SFX in this case, you can plug it into your admin system, and we have tens of thousands of these references in Credo Reference. Simply click the link, and you will find the title using the link resolver. If you do not have a link resolver, the references will still appear, but just won't have these logos here. All of the links within the body of the text, such as Wallace Barker in this case, or any of these See Also links, are traditional cross-references. So here, if a student is doing a research paper, say on global warming or something related to global warming, and they might want to advance their search to environmental movement, you can see that we're now still in the same title, Science in the Contemporary World, but we're on the broader subject area of environmental movement. At this point, if the student is still brainstorming where they're going to go with their research paper, and maybe they're deciding who they're going to write about or what they're going to write about in their research paper, something related to the environment possibly in this case, and they read about Rachel Carson, say in the third paragraph. Well, the student may not be familiar with Rachel Carson or never possibly heard of her, but now we have a few paragraphs, background information on Rachel Carson, and an image of her below. Well, at this point, if the student wants to find out more information about Rachel Carson, there are related entries. Related entries are the most relevant results from within the 550 other titles in Credo Reference. So there's 29 other entries, as you see here, on Rachel Carson. Then there's our other integration technology, which is related resources. What this technology does, when I click the library catalog, as you'll see, it'll seamlessly launch a search in the catalog, and now we will find books for Rachel Carson. So this technology is unique to Credo, and it takes the data from the entry heading, as you saw here, in a reflection of the discovery process that students may be going through and deciding where they're going to go with their research, and now they're able to launch searches seamlessly, dive into more extensive resources such as JSTOR, and now they're able to find journal articles, or possibly Gale Virtual Reference Library, or any other database, EBSCO or ProQuest, or anything else, and you can see now that we've launched a search for Rachel Carson. In the admin system of Credo Reference, you can program as many resources you'd like as the continued search feature, which I explained before, and as many resources as you like. And you can also program subject-specific resources to appear reflective of the subject area. So for instance, if you have a business source premier and we're on an entry for market segmentation, for instance, in our business subject area, well, you can have business source premier or possibly another business resource here. So it's all customizable, and you can direct promoting information literacy, direct students to the most relevant subject-specific resources reflecting that subject area. I'll show you a couple of examples of that once we get to the next area. Now I'll go to the concept map. This is our most interactive feature in Credo Reference. It's a data visualization tool. You can see it's a Java functionality, and it's really a brainstorming tool that enables students to connect to anything that might be relevant, and you can drag it in the white area in the background to whatever they're searching for. So in this case, as I mouse over, these are all represent entries within the Credo Reference database. So if a student's doing a research paper, possibly on global warming, and they're deciding what they are going to write about, well, this gives them different ideas. For instance, climate change, potential impacts on biological systems, or possibly the political effects. So it gives students the ability to really branch out in what might be relevant in that specific research paper or project. There is a zoom control in the upper left part of the screen. This controls what's viewable on your screen. Rotate simply changes the location. Link levels will expand the results. So now we see many more results associated, in this case, with global warming. You can click on a different global warming. They all represent different titles within Credo. So I'll click on this one, and now we have more results from that title. If I want to go back to where we were before, I simply click onto the previous global warming, and now we are on the previous result we were. So now I want to go to climate change as an example, and we click Open Entry. And now we are brought to an entry for climate change in the Encyclopedia of Ecology and Environmental Management from Blackwell Science, as you see here. At this point, if the student wants to find out more information, or maybe dive into a journal, or maybe find a book on climate change, simply clicking the library catalog will now relaunch the search seamlessly in the catalog for climate change. Credo is also a great resource for multimedia. Credo has over 200,000 images, flash animations, videos, all different types of media. I'm now going to do a search for DNA. So if a student is doing a search for DNA, and that could be the most daunting task. What am I going to write about? Who am I going to write about? Just similar to the global warming example. Well, now we have results here for DNA, and you can see that there's images, and so I'm just going to highlight this one in particular. It's a Dorling Kindersley title. Great quality content, great imagery. You can copy the image, view the image. All of the content in Credo can be used for any type of educational purpose, a PowerPoint presentation or a research paper, whatever the student would like to use it for. People, maybe the student wants to talk about a person related to DNA, and there's people related to DNA here. Or perhaps they would like to see a video. Well, we have flash animations and videos, and I'm going to click on this first one here for DNA replication.
DNA is a two-stranded molecule twisted to form a double helix. Inside, you can see the bases, like rungs in a ladder. During DNA replication,
these flash animations and videos cover all different subject areas, and they will always show up in the left-hand part of the screen in the media section under video. I will now do a search on cysteine, as in the Sistine Chapel. We have over 50,000 art images in Credo Reference. As you see here, these are an example of many of them. I'll click on this one here. They have outstanding resolution quality. They print out extremely well, and you can see here that we have a link to the artist, Michelangelo. Oh, look, we have Grove Art appearing here. Why? As I explained earlier, we can you can program subject-specific resources to reflect that particular subject area, directing students to the most relevant subject-specific resources. So now I'm going to click on the artist, Michelangelo, and now you can see that we have a list of all of the images in Bridgman Art Library for Michelangelo. I'm now going to do a search for Bach. Well, we also have over 200,000 pronunciation files, so if you would like to pronounce deoxyribonucleic acid with confidence, it'll pronounce this for you in the audio section in the media area. I'm now doing a search for Bach. We also have music files and for Bach, Beethoven, Mozart, Shakespeare. We have poetry readings and all the national anthems of the world, and it'll all appear in the audio section when you perform a search in Credo. And that is how you locate audio files in Credo Reference. I'm going to now move to going back to global warming in our initial search to our new discovery tool called Topic Pages. If you noticed, the searches that we performed before all had results in this area right here, which are topic pages. Topic pages, there are over 10,000 topic pages that cover a majority of all topics in all subject areas. When you perform a search in Credo, if there is a topic page, it'll always show up as the first result. Now, what topic pages are designed to do is pull together the best information that Credo has to offer on any given topic and also pre-populate results from all other resources within the library. I'm now going to click on the topic page for global warming. Topic pages are designed to, first of all, have one article, which is from a general reference title designed to give you background information. Well, when a student begins their research process, they would like to have background information on any given topic. And you can see we have links to essays and web links below. I'm now going to hide the article. On the right, we have images from Credo. We list 4, but you can click See More, and you have a preview window of more images from Credo. On the left, you'll see a quick definition, always from a dictionary. Over here, we'll see more entries from Credo. And these are from more subject-specific encyclopedias, such as the Encyclopedia of Ecology and Environmental Management from Blackwell. Clicking See More from Credo will bring up a preview window of more entries from Credo. Here we have related topic pages. The larger the font size, the more relevancy. So if I were to click on greenhouse effect in this case, it's going to convert the topic page to greenhouse effect. Now I'll go back to where we were before on the topic page for global warming. As we scroll down, you can see we are getting pre-populated results from journal articles, from Britannica, CQ Press, CQ Researcher results. And below we'll see news results from Yahoo News and NewsCred, a curator that Credo subscribes to that pulls together some of the most credible news resources. This one took a while, JSTOR, as you saw there, but it's pre-populating results from JSTOR, as you see. What this is designed to do is provide a preview of the best the library has to offer. If I now want to see more results from JSTOR, I simply click More from JSTOR, and now I get a preview window of more results from JSTOR. If you subscribe to Credo Reference, you can program this as you would like, whichever databases that you subscribe to. For instance, EBSCO and Gale and ProQuest and any of the major resources that the library subscribe to, and you can also change the order in which they appear based on subject area. So for instance, if you are on a business-related topic page and you'd like to have Business Source Premier or possibly another resource, going back to the business example that I mentioned before, then you can program it to do that. Books are over here. If you subscribe to Credo Reference, we will set up this so that you will have your own catalog results here. We just use the Library of Congress catalog as an example. And this is the way your catalog would look with your own logo. And now it'll launch results in your catalog for, in this case, global warming. If you have ebooks such as eBury, you can also include the results here. Related resources, this will simply relaunch the search for whatever the topic page is, in this case global warming, in any of these suggested resources. Below we have images and videos. What we've also done is we've indexed all of these topic pages to the open web. Why did we do this? Because students often start their search with Google and often end up with Wikipedia in industry research, and also our usability studies have shown us this. I'm now going to do a search for DNA Credo in Google. And you can see that the first result is a topic page. So if the student is physically at the campus, in this case for the University of Texas, and they're within the IP ranges, they will automatically recognize the logo, and you'll see all the pre-populated results from other databases below. There's many great resources that libraries subscribe to, and they're all on different platforms. What Credo is doing is pulling together results from many different platforms on one platform. If the student's off campus and they're outside the IP ranges, there's no way for us to initially recognize any type of affiliation with the organization of a subscriber. So what will happen is they'll access a free version. It'll have no logo in the upper right, as you see here, and only have free resources below. What will happen is if the student clicks onto any of the more images or any of the more entries from Credo, they will be brought to our geolocation authentication system. I'm in Boston, Massachusetts. You can see that these are a list of subscribers in our local area. What did it do? It tracked our IP address and came up with a list of subscribers in the local area. If I'm a Wheelock College student, I simply click this. I put in my username and password. Once this process has taken place, we install a cookie on their machine, or my machine in this case, that will enable the student access for up to a year with logo in the upper right and pre-populated results below. I'm now going to go to a trial that has other resources such as EBSCO and Gale included with our topic pages. I'm back to the topic page now for DNA. As you scroll down below, you can see that now we're getting results from HealthSource. Why? Because we programmed HealthSource to appear as the first result for medicine-related entries in the medicine subject area. As you can see below, if I want to see more from Academic Search Premier, again, a preview window comes up with more results. Discovery tools in federated searches provide thousands of results, and it tends to overwhelm students. What we are doing is providing a preview of the best the library has to offer from all resources such as Gale, Britannica, General One File, Master File, and if you do have periodicals, they can also go in the news area as you see here. I'm now going to go to Find Topic Pages. Again, there is over 10,000 topic pages in Credo Reference, and it will segment them out, as you see here, in different subject areas. I will click on Andrew Carnegie as an example in the business subject area, and now we're on the topic page for Andrew Carnegie. As we scroll down below, results from Business Source Premier are appearing first. Why? Because it's from the business subject area. So this is all configurable in our admin system, again, promoting information literacy. The ability for librarians to direct students to the most subject-specific resources that are best for students based on that particular subject area. Even though we're a reference search engine that puts together all these different titles, 550 titles from over 80 publishers. They're all individual titles on their own. We provide MARC records for all of our titles, and I'm going to scroll down so you can see this a little bit better. The Bridgman Art Library, where we saw the Sistine Chapel ceiling images, there's over 46,000 art images. The Bridgman History of Science, over 5,000, and we also have the National Gallery Collection, which has about 2,300 art images. You can jump to a subject area, and we provide MARC records, like I was explaining, to all of our titles. And this is the experience the student would have if they clicked on a MARC record, for instance, for the Encyclopedia of Applied Psychology from Elsevier. Below, we can see all of the headings. What we've heard from students, number one, the greatest challenge through all our usability studies and focus groups is that students are, number one, the greatest challenge is where to begin, where to start in the research process. What we've done at Credo is developed a great alternative to Wikipedia and also connecting libraries and putting the library's resources on the open web via Credo. What we've also heard from students is that they're overwhelmed with too many different reference options, too many different options, database options, excuse me. And what we've also heard from students is oftentimes they don't know what to search for. They prefer to go into a title that's relevant. In this case, they like to browse the title. This gives them the browsability capabilities by simply mousing over any of the entries and getting a preview of the entry itself. We also have tabs for people. Where I give you people in that any particular title. Images, we'll give you image. And most of our titles do have images in our title in them, and they'll have an image tab. Simply clicking on the link will bring you to the entry. As you see here, this is a much, much more in-depth entry, and many of our titles are very in-depth, such as this. I'm now going to go to our version, Credo's version of LibGuides, and go back to the example that we used before, environmental studies, or back to the global warming area. This is easily accessible at credoreference.libguides.com. You can see we have a search box here, and subscribers can either link to this or to take content from this. We have books here, and they'll go to books to within Credo Reference. We have concepts, habitats, and this is just an example of how our LibGuides are organized. So if a student maybe is doing a research paper on environmental studies and possibly they want to find out what Credo has on ecosystem. As we click here, what does it do? Bring us to the topic page for ecosystem. As we scroll below, you can see that it's pre-populating results and searching and all the other resources for ecosystem. The last area I'm going to cover is the administrative system of Credo in the lower right. And this is the back end of Credo. On every page of Credo, you will find a link for a librarian admin. First, we ended at Contact Credo Reference Support, different ways in which to reach us. Then we have collection management. We have two subscription options, a 100 title option and the premium, which is the full collection of all titles. With the 100 title option, you can select your titles and add and drop. With the premium, you have all titles and all new titles added throughout the year. MARC records are free. They're part of the service with Credo Reference, and you can easily upload them into your catalog here. Usage statistics are very, very comprehensive in Credo Reference, and we provide top entries viewed, top title by title usage, top search terms, and you can also access custom reports where you can search for any time frame based on any element of this nature. Customizing Credo Reference. This is where all of the customization takes place in Credo. This is where you customize your logo. Static links are the navigation links that appear directly under the logo. Resource links are a combination of two. when I initially did the search for global warming, we continued the search in other resources, and the drop-down box continued the search elsewhere. You can add as many as you want. You can change the order in which they appear. The related resource links below this, these are the links that appear directly to the left of the entry once you are on an entry in Credo, as we did with Rachel Carson. This seamlessly launches a search in other resources based on the entry heading. So as you see here, Grove Art appeared in Art only. So you can specifically program resources to appear only in that specific subject area if it is a subject-specific resource such as Grove Art. Open URL settings. If you have a link resolver, you can program it in, whatever logo that you use, and it will go directly to find that specific title in the reference area. The last area I'll cover in the admin system is the topic page setup. Now, when anybody subscribes to Credo Reference, we provide all of the technical support and customer support in getting the related resources and the topic pages set up. Here we have all the EBSCO databases. So EBSCO, for instance, requires a Z3950 gateway username and password in order for this functionality to work. So when you subscribe to Credo, as I was explaining, we provide you with all the different EBSCO databases, for instance, and you'd simply indicate which ones you subscribe to. And for instance, if you had Business Source Premier, and you would like that to be in business, and possibly you would like that to appear in law as well. So you can customize it and just simply, when a subscriber sends in their form to Credo, you'd indicate which resources and which subject area you would like them to appear in, and we would set it up this way. And then, of course, we would get this information from EBSCO to enable this functionality to work. The Gale resources, well, they actually have separate logos. So the logo that Gale uses for each and every resource, and it's an authentication key as opposed to a Z3950 gateway username and password. We would also set up your catalog. So your catalog provides results such as the Library of Congress. And for instance, just so you know, the Library of Congress is our example that we're using in this demonstration because they've been a customer for many, many years with Credo, and we just are using their catalog as an example. But we would set your catalog up so we provide results from your catalog. Once you have customized it, or we have customized it for you, you can drag and drop the resources as you see here. So you can change the order in which they appear. Now, the way that it was appearing for the Alabama Virtual Library trial, as you saw before, had the subject-specific resources first. So we specified Business Source Premier to only appear in business. So that's why it's the first resource in that. And that's how you would customize it. The very last area I'm going to cover, and I'm going to bring you now to our corporate page of Credo, which is corp.credoreference.com. Over the years, many of our customers at Credo Reference have requested that they possibly have Sage or other titles on different platforms, possibly Gale, or through the publisher directly, and they would like to have those titles on the Credo Reference platform because they're so happy with the Credo Reference platform. And by the way, we were top rated by Library Journal of over 200 databases evaluated in the reference area, and we're the only database to receive 4 stars in all 7 categories. This is where you'd find this information, and explains general reference here. Well, over the years, last couple of years, we've developed publisher and subject collections. Now, these are subject-specific area resources that cover different areas. So, for instance, I'll highlight Sage as an example. They're very in-depth areas where, for instance, we have the criminology collection, education, environment, and so on. So if a college or university does not have a criminology collection, then obviously this would not be of interest. But if a college or university does, they would like to subscribe to the criminology. And if they have an environmental studies area, possibly you'd like to purchase or subscribe. And that is an option with Credo on the publisher collections, that we now have the ability to purchase or subscribe to any of these. Subject collections on Credo Reference are comprehensive subject area collections. And these take together many of the publishers that were listed there, and we'll be adding more and more of these titles. We'll be approaching 1,000 of these titles by the end of the year. And you can see here from these are actually the subject areas that are covered. We'll be adding more subject areas as well. We have contemporary issues. It's a mix of different publishers, so it's a very comprehensive collection from ABC Clio to ME Sharp, IGI Global, Prager, Sage, and others. I am going to conclude this presentation of Credo Reference at this point, and thank you very much for learning more about Credo Reference.